Hey everyone, let's talk about cows, another ETF. No, it's not a high yield ETF, but it's a different kind of ETF. Someone on my Discord recommended that I look into this and make a video on it. So I took a look, and honestly, it kind of interested me. Although like I said, it's not high yield, so I'm probably not going to buy it right now. I did think it was a fund worth discussing and mentioning. So Amplify ETFs is running this cows ETF. And Amplify, as you know, they have the Devo fund and they have all these other funds here, as you can see. I haven't heard of any. Well, Block I think I heard of, but that's pretty much it. CNBS sounds like the channel. But yeah, so they came out with this new ETF. It's called Cows, which is Amplify Cash Flow Dividend Leaders ETF. And I assume cows for cash cow, maybe, I don't know. So fun details. The ticker is COWS, cows. This has launched last month, September 13th. Primary exchange is the NASDAQ. Shares outstanding 170,000. Net assets only 4 million, but again, it's a pretty new fund. They do have 56 holdings. This is the cool part. Their management fee will be 0.39%, maybe. But right now, they're doing a waiver. So right now, it's 0%. And I'll show you what it says about that in the prospectus in a second. The index that they kind of follow is the Kelly index, which before this video or before my research, I never heard of. But I could show you guys what I found out on that. What else? So here's all the documents. They have a fact sheet. They have free cash flow explained, prospectus, summary prospectus, and a whole bunch of other crap. Pretty good website, respectable website. Here's 3 reasons to own cows. Number 1, high free cash flow meets dividend growth. So basically, they buy companies that not only pay dividends, but have enough free cash flow to support dividend growth. Number 2, dividend growth and sustainability focus. So they basically look for companies that can afford dividend growth, mainly companies with a payout ratio lower than 75%, which I like. I like both of them. And number 3, diversification and risk control. Strategy seeks an equal weighted portfolio with an industry exposure cap of 24% per industry, I believe. So that's pretty good too. Payout ratio, blah, blah, blah. Objective. It's kind of repetitive. They pay monthly. We all love that. No yield yet because I haven't paid anything. Net asset value, $24. Okay, pretty cheap. What is this? The performance. It opened at 25 and it's down. So it's down slightly. Here's some of the holdings. Williams Sonoma, which is a company I normally would not buy, is their number 1 holding. Their number 2, I never even heard of, Cheniere Energy. Number 3, I never heard of, Concora Inc. Number 4, I do know and I do own in another account. It's called Nexstar Media. Number 5 is Dell, which, in my opinion, their products suck. But we're not here to talk about what we think about the companies. We're here for cash flow. We want cash flow. We want dividend. We want dividend growth. Cow selection methodology. So that's kind of repetitive too. Cash flow growth, just a lot of charts showing what they look like. Sector allocation, pretty cool. They're very diversified. Where's the most? Energy, 23% in energy, and 20% in information technology. As mentioned before, their performance is down. They're down 1.65. That's not bad. Wow, this website's a lot going on. Oh, here we go. Their next or first payment will come out or will be paid October 31st. So if you want to be a part of this distribution, you have to own it prior to the ex-dividend date of October 27th. What else? All right, I'm exhausted. That was a long website. So let's go back to the documents. right? Because that's really, you gotta dig deep into these. Dig deep and look into the documents. So first, let's talk about the prospectus. So as you can see, I saved the prospectus and I highlighted a few things. This prospectus is dated September 11th, 2023. This is a passively managed, let's see if I can zoom in, a passively managed fund, not an actively managed fund. When they say passively, it's like, obviously they don't touch it as much, right? They kind of just set it to a certain thing and they leave it. Like your passive income, you don't do shit for it, right? You just get it. You buy something, you get it. All right, so here's the management fee information. So as you can see, it's 0.39%, but they have a waiver reimbursement. And it says, Amplify Investments, LLC has agreed to waive the management fees for the fund until at least September 11th, 2024. So you'll have no management fee for 1 year, at least. What they're going to do after that, nobody knows. So their investment strategies. So the fund invests at least 80% of the net assets in securities that comprise the index, which is, basically the Kelly Index, which that's another company, right? So I did look that up, and what the hell, where is it? Right here. So Kelly Benchmark Index. So it's, it's a benchmark index, I guess. And, the same guy who, I guess, was he CEO? Let's see. Yeah, Kevin Kelly, the CEO, is, obviously involved with this. So I don't know how they're related to Amplify, but that's the, that's the Kelly Index. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that, let me know. I have never heard of it. So anyway, obviously the Kelly Index has their criteria, and this fund likes that criteria, so they keep it simple and they follow that index. The fund will generally use a replication strategy to achieve investments. Yeah, so it's just saying they're going to replicate that index. Index methodology will comprise of at least 40, but up to 100 mid to large cap stocks. They have to exhibit high free cash flow and consistent dividend growth. Great. Free cash flow, or FCF is the acronym, measures its cash flow from operations minus capital expenditures. So cash flow from operations minus capital expenditures is free cash flow. This excludes companies in the financial sector, which I am okay with that. Screw you, banks. Because they could be up and down. Something could happen, and then those just completely stop paying dividends. So, let's see. They need to at least have a 3 million average daily trading value. Companies with no forward year estimates available for free cash flow or earnings are negative. Average projected free cash flow or earnings are removed from the index. So, if they don't have forward estimates of free cash flow, you're out. Free cash flow yield rank is created by averaging the candidate's trailing free cash flow yield and forward free cash flow yield, which is why, as mentioned prior, they're eliminated if they don't have forward free cash flow yield. Obviously, there's 100 securities that could qualify for the highest free cash flow yield, and that could be selected. They don't necessarily, well, as you saw, I think it was 56 holdings they have. They don't own 100. So this is the qualifications, I believe. The dividend yield within the top 10% of the universe. This I was confused on. So a dividend yield within the top 10% of the universe is excluded. Are they trying to avoid very high yields? I mean, what if it's a good company? I don't know. Maybe I'm reading that wrong. Positive consensus earnings forecast and a payout ratio less than 75%. I do like that. Has grown its trailing 12-month dividend 3 consecutive years. Okay, that's good. Current index constituent fails to raise its dividend, so it says if a current index constituent fails to raise its dividend but does not decrease its dividend and executes share repurchases in preceding 12 months, resulting in a net decrease in its shares outstanding, the constituent will remain in the index. So they're basically saying if the company, if they don't raise their dividend But they do meet certain criteria, then they won't necessarily be removed. And obviously this is probably because of what happened with COVID and everything. A lot of companies, good companies, kind of just stopped raising their dividend because it was smart to do so. So they're gonna, they don't want to, they're adding that in case. Hopefully they keep the dividend growers though. Anyway, each security selected pursuant to the previous sentence is initially given a 2% position weighting in the index. So, I guess the initial weighting is 2.5% for everyone. The minimum amount of holdings will be 40. Maximum index weight of 2%. This is if they add, obviously, 50 securities or more, I believe. Maximum will be 2% index. And they'll cap it, this was mentioned on the website, 24% per industry. Index is rebalanced quarterly after the close of the business, third Friday of each March, June, September, and December. This fund, this is confusing too. This fund is classified as non-diversified under 1940 Act. Maybe it's not diversified enough for the 1940 Act. I don't know. But it looked pretty damn diversified to me. Scroll down. Here's some definitions. Again, I'm not talking about definitions. So here's the investment advisor, Amplify Investments, LLC. However, the sub-advisor, Kelly Strategic Management, LLC. And there he is, Kevin Kelly, the CEO of the Kelly Strategic Management, LLC, which is related to the index they follow. So hopefully this guy is good. He's legit. But we'll see. I don't know if I highlighted anything else, but let me quickly scroll. If you guys are getting dizzy, I apologize. Cows. I do like the ticker. It's pretty funny. Cows. Yeah, I guess that's it. So that's the prospectus. Again, I'll save the prospectus on my Discord with the the highlighted version, of course, so you guys could do what you want with it. And before I forget, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. It's just me doing research and giving my opinion. Let's check out the fact sheet. I always like a fact sheet. Again, we covered most of this through the website. Top 10 holdings, we kind of covered that. I like that they have eBay in there. A lot of these, actually, I'm not going to lie, I never heard of. What the hell is Brunswick Corp? Sounds like the bowling alley. Large cap stocks, 87%. Mid cap, 12%. Sector allocation, we kind of knew that. Yeah, so the fact sheet was pretty much useless because we did all that on the website. They do have, this is pretty cool, free cash flow explained. It's a key measure of the company's profitability and financial health. Positive free cash flow means excess of money a company has left over after covering all of its expenses. Good. We like it. So free cash flow yield equals free cash flow over enterprise value, which is market cap plus debt plus cash. See, this is why, to me, they're worth it. Like, these are the companies I want to own anyway. So this ETF, what they're doing, to me, it's worth it. I don't know what their yield is. Again, I think it's going to be low, so I'm not going to buy it right now. But I will keep them, in the back of my mind for the future. So that's pretty much it. Let me look at their holdings. Where the hell is it? Scroll down. Here we go. View all holdings. So, as of October 13th, here's what they own. I'll see if anything sticks out. Qualcomm, good. Chevron, okay. eBay. I'm surprised Chevron has that much cash flow. Okay. Yeah. Macy's? What? Macy's? I don't know, man. I doubt they have free cash flow. What the hell? I guess they do. They're about to go out of business. Phillips. Oh, my God. AT&T. You kidding me? I don't know. Who the hell? We got to check these companies, man. Dick's? Ralph Lauren. What the? Best Buy. Okay. I don't know about some of these, man. But that's kind of, again, this is the first time I'm looking at these. But if they meet the qualification, then they meet the qualification. Again, that's to be seen. I'm not double checking it, but that's what they say. So, the good part is if you buy this fund, you're likely not going to own half of those stocks anyway. So it's you're diversifying yourself even more. But yeah, that is the website for Amplify ETF. That is the prospectus, the fact sheet, and that is everything. So what are my thoughts? Again, minus those few holdings that were kind of shit. I think it's a great fund. It's a great idea. I don't know if there's a competitor that does the same. I'm sure there is. There's a million ETFs. But I do like the idea, so I will keep this in my thoughts and my background of my head, because again, I own only high yielders right now, above 25% yield. If I do decide to slowly buy into the growth ETFs, then this is going to be one of them. Let's see how they perform. Let's see what the starting yield